I did a video on this yesterday, okay? 1 to 7, 2 to 6, 3 to 5. Now, if we look at it, they're 8, 8, 8, right? If we reverse this towards this and this towards this, because what happens is I'm taking these numbers and I'm giving it to here. I'm taking these numbers, I'm giving it to here. So I have to take this and give it to here and take this to give it to here. They both become 8. 1, 7, 7, 1. 2, 6, 6, 2. Creation inside of 4 from 3 and 5. 3 and 5, creation and 4, the gateway and the birth. I have to give 5 to 3, 3 to 5. And if I do this, this becomes 4, 2, 2, 4, or 2, 2, 4, 4, or 2, 4, 4, 2. If I take this, this becomes 5, this becomes 1 to the 7th gate. This brings you in Mars, this brings you in 4. Remember about 4. 4 is very interesting. We touch home plate. Where is 4? 4 is in what position? Do we count home plate as 0, 1? Is that how we count home plate? 0, 1 is 10. Is home plate the beginning of the 10? 0, 1, we stand on home plate, but it's nothing. We only have our at-bats. 0, 1, 10. Then we go to first base would be 9. Second base would be 8. Third base would be 7. And then you get home, 6. You come home on 6. If we did it the other way, 0, 1, 2 is the first, 3 is the second, 4 is the third. 3 and 4 come on third. If we go 0, 1, it becomes 6. Let's do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4 is on third base. But if we do it the opposite way, 6 is on third base. Both 4 and 6 become on third base. So in this equation, 4 and 6 come together. Now we add these up. We have 77, 52, 28. We have over here, we have 7 and 3. So we know right now, do you know what 7 and 3 is? 37. 37 links the 7th inning stretch. Okay, let me explain to you how. Then after we have one out inside the 7th inning, okay, inside the top of the 7th inning, the first out in that, okay, takes that game into the last part. Okay, when the visitors come up and they get out one time, okay, they are the 19th out. That is the 19th out. Okay, let me try and figure this out again. There are 6 innings. They come up 6 innings. 6 by 3 outs is 18 outs. The first out in the 7th inning is the 19th out. It is onto the other side. So now we know onto the other side of numbers for one team, okay, the total game is 36 outs and 6 innings are up. But the 37th out, okay, connects the first to the last. The 37th or the 19th will now connect it to the first out. 19 and 1 or 1, 1, 9. If you add them up all together, it equals to 190. 1 to 19 is 190. 1 to 18 is 171. So when we're running the bases, we're at home plate. If we end up at 6 and 4 over here, if we end up at 7 and 3 over here, second base, we now have 7 and 3. 1 and 2 creates 7. 1 and 2 creates 3. But it takes 3, 1, 3 to create 7. These become 88, 88, 88 reversed. 8 and 8 is 16, 1 and 6 is 7. 8 and 8 is 16, 1 and 6 is 7. 8 and 8 is 16, 1 and 6 is 7. 7, 7, 7, 21. Inside of this one over here, okay, we have 2 and 8 is 10. That would become 1. 1 and 0. It will become 0, 1. Now they're at home plate. That's where the moon is. Isn't that what happens? When I do it that way, the moon is over here. At the same time, if I'm counting down in baseball, okay, the 8, okay, and the 2 both become second base. We start 0, 1 at the plate. 0, 1 at the plate, okay? Either it's 0 or 1. If we take 0, first base is 1, right? But we're taking 1 at home plate. 2 is at first base. Here we're at first base. If we're counting backwards, okay, with 8, we get 0, 1, 10 is at home plate. 9, 8 is at second base. First and second base, 28. When you have 8, you already automatically have 9 because you have a crossover. You automatically have a crossover. This is where I suspect life is between this side, 7 and 8, and 8 and 7. You know what's funny about 7 and 8? Okay, is see 7, 1 and 6 equals to 7. 2 and 6 equals to 8. Okay, that equals to 15. Now, why I'm saying this is because everything is, the only way to get 7, okay, it's made up with a minimum of 2 numbers, 7. So is 8. So is 9. We're square. We're flat. Flat is square. We're talking flat, square, flat is a cube, okay? That's the way we're looking at it. This one over here becomes not 22, okay? This 0 equals 6. This becomes 26, becomes 8. This becomes 8 and 5. And this one over here becomes 8 and 5. The totality of everything becomes 8 and 5. 7, 8, 9. 9 and 8, 17. 2, 7, 14. Becomes 5 and 8. That's the spirit matrix. But I want to go back that there's 19 outs, okay, in the 7th inning of the visiting team. That means they have 19 outs. The home team has 18 outs. This is the position right now. The total number of outs left in this game, okay, is this is the 8th inning, right? Let me see, 6.5 innings. 6 innings for one team is 18, right? So now they're coming into the, what inning is it now? The 8th inning, is that what it is? Hold on a second. So now what I want to add on right here, okay, I'm going to see if I can get this in the camera. It's 21 outs, okay, when that 7th inning is over, okay, for the visiting team, they had 19, 20, and 21. Okay, outs. The first half of their game was over, okay, once we reach that 7th inning, okay. Now, once the road team reaches the 7th inning, okay, they will also have 21 outs, okay. In the 8th inning, you will be going 22, 23, and 24 outs. This is when Grover Cleveland came in. You see, this is where the equation come in. Grover Cleveland comes in on these numbers. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4 equals to 8 and 6. What creates 24? 6 times 4 creates 24. 6 and 4 equals to 10 equals to 34. DC comes in from this because when you have 2, you automatically have 1 in between. 1 and 2, you have 1 in between. 1 and 2, you have 1 in between. 1 and 2, you have 1 in between. 7 and 8 up on top, 7 and 8 up on top. You're locked in here. 1551. What is 1551? 47 times 33. That's when Jesus was born. 1551. He was born 47 times 47 equals 2209. And this is when Moses was born. And then 47 times 43 equals 2021. And this is the year, okay? What does this equal to 2021? When you add this all up, it equals to the year 5,781, the Hebrew year, or 2021 in this cycle. See this cycle up, this cycle down, the difference between the Moses and the Jesus, right? Taking him out of bondage, putting him into bondage is 658. 658. It's the arrival of the red sun. What else can we do in here? Another thing I wanted to mention here is 129, 139, 149, 157. That's the spirit in the moon. Did I get that right? 10, 17, 1, 3, 8, 15. The spirit in the moon, the gateway is inside Mars. 1 and 5 is Mars. 7 is the gateway. 5 and 7 is the G&E, the generation, the generator. I don't know exactly what it means. Okay. Another thing I wanted to mention is instead of having 21, 27, add up another 8 onto this. Make this equal to a total of 56. The thing is, you only can have one of the two numbers. Even though you'll mark 1 and 7, you're only going to use 1. And because 7 is a combination of the rest, 7 times 3, 7 times 3 plus 6, because they're already in the rest, we're just going to use 1. But you only can use either this one or this one. You count for both. The total count is 79, but you can only go to 78 because you only can be one or the other, right? You're the angel in the cycle. This is the doorway to a place. This is the half-light of something else, like a verb and an adverb to something else, even though they come because I made this up from this. 12 and 2 is 14. 12 and 6 is 18. Raphael, 7286, and a constellation of Pegasus. Thank you for watching this video.